Two balls and a strike to count on Taylor. Reyes fires, swing and a drive, deep left field. It's his way back. Walk the ball. Chris Taylor.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into Dodger Heads, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined by Daniel Stark. And as always, this is part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network. So if you're a podcast fan, make sure you check us out. Google, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get those podcasts. Daniel, number 4 in our series of videos talking about the qualifying offer. And today, we're talking Clayton Kershaw. This one is always complicated and in some ways easy to predict, in some ways hard. It's complicated because I think looking at the numbers, it's a no-brainer to offer Clayton Kershaw a qualifying offer. As a refresher, you can only offer a guy a qualifying offer one time. The Dodgers have never made that offer to Clayton Kershaw despite the number of times he's reached free agency. And yet the reason they haven't is out of respect for him. Once you extend a qualifying offer, players only have 10 days to decide whether to accept or reject. And so for the Dodgers, they've wanted to give Kershaw as much time as possible. So the question, Daniel, is not, is he worth the qualifying offer? But more so, do you think there's any chance they offer him this qualifying offer, or does history tell us we know exactly how this is going to play out?
I think history tells us that they're not gonna. If they were gonna offer him the qualifying offer in the first place, I think it would have made more sense in previous years than it does this year. So if they didn't then, I don't know why they would, change courses and do it now, especially with the reasoning they gave. It wasn't really a baseball reason. It was, we respect Clayton Kershaw so much that we don't want him to have that burden on him to have to make that decision right away. And then if he declines, to have that draft pick attached to him. So I would expect more of the same here. And I also think the fact that you could only offer it once, I think that definitely plays a factor too, especially if from everything we've heard, Clayton Kershaw wants to come back to the Dodgers and the Dodgers want him to come back. So if that's the case, unless he's straight up accepting the qualifying offer, I don't think, the qualifying offer does much for anyone in this situation when you want to bring him back. Just because if you do offer it to him, he declines it, you re-sign him, well then, it can never happen again. Ideally, if you get a hunch that he might be leaving, that's when you'd want to offer the qualifying offer, taking away the respect factor of it all. But I just don't see that happening for a variety of reasons. And I think, probably top among them is both sides, want to get a deal done together, and they don't want to put any strain in that relationship or anything. So yeah, I'm not expecting a qualifying offer. I think previous years it made a lot more sense than it does this year. And I'm hoping Clayton Kershaw's back. I think that's the one thing that we could agree on.
Yeah. Do you agree? My sense is I was way more worried he was going to leave and sign somewhere else or retire last year than I am this year. Do you agree with that?
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So, and to me, that's if you were trying to recoup an asset on Clayton Kershaw, last year would have been the deal to extend the qualifying offer. I think they've basically accepted the fact that if he ever decides to play elsewhere, they are going to get no compensation for it. He's just going to do it, and they're going to let him do it out of respect for him, not forcing him into this 10-day window of decision-making. But we both agree that we think he's going to be back with the Dodgers. We both agree we think that dollar number is probably right around this. I think the Athletics projecting a one-year, $20 million deal. Qualifying offer 19.65. So we think it's going to be in that window. The question is, does Clayton Kershaw want to come back? Does he want to come back to the Dodgers? All signs are pointing towards yes, but who knows? Once you get to the offseason, you hang out with your family, spend some time in Texas, that's when the fear starts to creep in. So hopefully a quick resolution. They've got an exclusive rights negotiating window right now. Maybe we could just hammer this thing out, give us some good news early on. But let us know what you think in the comments below. Clayton Kershaw, will the Dodgers extend the qualifying offer? And are you sharing the confidence that Daniel and I are that he's going to be back with the Dodgers? As always, we appreciate you joining us here on Dodger Heads, presented by DodgerBlue.com. Enjoy the rest of your day, and go Dodgers.